This year, I had major maintenance expenses with my first rental property. I spent more than the generated revenue from the rental income. How have I managed to have an ROI greater than 300%? Let's dive deeper into owning rental properties. Am I in over my head? Do I regret purchasing this property? Welcome to Wealth Up, a channel about personal finance and building wealth. In this video, I will be sharing the numbers of my first rental property for 2020. Let's start at the beginning. I purchased this house in October of 2017. I purchased it with a 3% down payment. Yes, 3%. I know this is not recommended, and you frequently hear that you must put down 20% to avoid PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. This is an added cost to the mortgage when you don't put down 20% or until you have 20% equity in the property. Due to the appreciation and paying down the mortgage, I expect the PMI to end this year, which will add additional savings. When looking for this house, I wanted to put as little money into the investment as possible. This way I could use my savings in other investments. In addition, I studied how homes appreciated in the area and expected to have 20% equity by year 4, which I expect to meet. If you want to hear more about how I started on this journey, leave a comment below and let me know. I lived in this house for 13 months. This is my version of house hacking. Due to my mortgage contract, which required me to live in the property for at least 12 months. During this time, I continued to analyze the market and prepare to purchase another house after the 12-month term was complete. After 12 months, I put an offer on another house in a neighborhood about 5 minutes away and closed on that house a month later. At this point, I moved out of the first house into the second house and worked to prepare the house for a tenant. This included cleaning, some minor yard work, and finding a property manager. This was because I have a full-time job and I wanted to outsource this work. Now let's look at the details of the property. The house is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with a 2-car garage and a fenced-in backyard. It is also located across the street from a park, and it rents out for $15.50 per month. After the property manager takes their payment, I receive $14.26 per month. In addition, there were a few late months which added some late payment fees. Altogether, this is $17,164 in revenue. Now let's take a look at the expenses. The typical expenses are mortgage, property taxes, home insurance, home warranty, and a sinking fund to cover additional expenses. These expenses would be maintenance and vacancies. The normal expenses for the mortgage are $737 per month, which are $8,844 for the year, and the property taxes were $4,200. Home insurance, $3,260, and I also paid $550 for a home warranty, and added $310 to the sinking fund to cover the future expenses. Altogether, for the year, the expenses were $17,164. This is what a typical year looks like, not accounting for any expenses that may arise for maintenance or other issues. However, this year I did have added expenses, and these came from the AC, which stopped working in July. The temperatures in the summer here can exceed 100 degrees, so it is important to get the issue resolved ASAP. Because I have the home warranty, I worked with them to have technicians come out to inspect the issue. They ended up finding that the unit needed to be replaced. They ordered the unit and installed it. After everything was said and done, the expense for me was $1,775. To be honest, working through the home warranty was not the easiest process and there were issues, but regardless, having the home warranty did save me money. This typically cost around $5,000, including the equipment and installation, and with the home warranty, it saved me over $3,000. With the fixed expenses and the AC costs, the total expenses equaled $18,939. This means that the cost for me to own this property was $1,775. This is not how you want to operate a business where you spend more than you earn. However, these numbers are not the entire picture. Two additional factors to consider are the equity in the property, which is determined by how much of the property you own, and the second one is the appreciation of the property. This year, the loan decreased by $2,660 and the property appreciated by $5,000. Combining these two factors, this adds $7,660 of value. If I were to sell the home today, this is how much value I could capture just in 2020. Considering these factors, the numbers in reality are $18,939 for expenses, $17,164 in revenue, and $7,660 of added value, again, from the equity as well as appreciation in the property, which means that I gained $5,885 in value for having this rental property in 2020. Note that there are also tax savings for having the rental property that are not included in these calculations. Looking back at the numbers for my first rental property, I do not regret this purchase and I'm very happy with the overall numbers. These were the numbers for 2020, but let's look at the entire investment. How much did I invest and how much have I made? First, let's look at the cost. This comes from the down payment as well as closing cost, and together I spent $10,500 in order to purchase the house. Now let's look at the earnings. They came from several places and are the following. First, the savings of moving out of an apartment into the house. I lived in the house for 13 months and paid $737 per month for the mortgage, which was in total $9,581. Had I not purchased a house and continued to live in the one-bedroom apartment, I would have been paying $1,400 per month, which would have been $18,200 in that 13-month period. This means that in the first 13 months of owning the property, I saved $8,619 from paying rent alone. Second is appreciation. I purchased the house in 2017 for $150,000. It is now worth $175,000. This means that there is a $25,000 increase in value of the property. This growth in value is something that I can enjoy without having done any work, and is one of the greatest advantages for real estate investing. Last but not least, let's look at the equity in the house. This is the difference between the initial mortgage and the current mortgage. The mortgage has decreased $11,000 and is the total equity in the house. Looking at the earnings, they are $8,619 for moving out of the one-bedroom apartment, $25,000 in appreciation, and $11,000 in equity in the house. Adding these up, the earnings totaled $44,619. Now, if we subtract from the earnings the expenses, which were $10,500, the profit is $34,119. That is over 300% return on the investment in only 3 years. This is a fantastic return, and it is difficult to beat in the market. If you're considering adding a rental property to your portfolio, I highly encourage it. This was my first home, and I had no experience with rental properties. If I can do it, anyone can. To do this, review the numbers for properties, including mortgage cost, any upgrade cost, rental income potential, and the rental property market in the area. If you're interested in learning more about how I took these steps, let me know below and I can make a video in the future with all of those details. As always, thank you for watching until the end. Remember to hit the like button if you have enjoyed the content, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. If you want to see regular content, don't forget to add me on Instagram. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.